am happy to say that is over and done with.
You know, that is one nice vehicle.
Of course. I'm the one who built it.
Do you still consider this the same nest as the one you fixed up as a teenager?
What do you mean?
Well, we just changed the engine hood.
I just changed the engine hood.
Yes, okay, you did. But this isn't the first thing you've changed on the nest. And I hope it isn't the last one either. So, my question is, at what point does the nest, the one at the beginning, stop being the nest? Was it the first time you changed a part? Or will it be when you replace the last original part? Assuming you haven't done so yet. Does it happen sometime in between? Afterward? And even then, before you fixed it up the first time, all the spare parts that would eventually make up the nest, were they already the nest?
That's a Boronic question. The nest isn't a bunch of parts glommed together. The nest is more like a concept. It's the sum total of all the memories we have, the affection shown towards her. The nest will be the nest as long as we're here to call it the nest. And when we're no longer here, she can be anything she likes. Don't you think?
Yeah. That's kind of a cunning answer.
Of course. I'm the one who gave it.
To us.
To us. Hey, that's really good, actually.
That's really strong, too. Do you remember the first time you talked about leaving the apiary?
Of course. I'd had a shouting match with my mom. I was just angry.
No, before that.
Before?
We had landed the nest on a hilltop, we were stargazing, and you said, "Come on, let's go."
I
haven't stopped thinking about it since that day. I think that's what pushed me to dig into the Astro Company archives, which led me to find the coordinates of Source. I wanted to be ready for the day.
Wait, when was that?
I don't remember. Right at the beginning, you and your mom got in a fight. You hopped into the nest at night, and you picked me up at my house.
Was that when we went to the Uplands?
Yes, the Uplands, that's it.
Oh, Flute, I remember. It was in Frocember. It was super cold out. I was freezing. I just wanted to get back into the nest. That's why I said, let's go. And since you didn't respond, I thought you wanted to stay outside. So I didn't push it. I actually caught a beast of a cold that night.
Wait, so that means if I hadn't misunderstood that night...
It wouldn't have changed a thing.
Well, still, that means we would have never known about Source. We would have never come all the way here.
I'm not buying your story.
Huh?
Why were we stargazing that night? You spent the entire night pointing out this and that constellation to me, wondering if there might be other inhabitable planets outside of the apiary. Other forms of life? You were completely obsessed with the sky. I was even trying to open up about my issues, but you barely listened. And off you went again, chattering about the comets, the microorganisms, or whatever. So, keeping in mind that you had access to this data about Source, and the fact that you are Kay, do you really think you would have never stumbled upon this planet anyway?
You might be right. Was I really that annoying?
Yes. I came to see you that night because I needed someone. I had nowhere else to go. But at the time, I regretted it. I was actually thinking it would be the last time we saw one another. But you insisted. And the following week, you came to see me in the evening with your little homemade cookies. We chatted all night. And I do believe that is when I fell in love.
Really? The cookies? That's what made you fall in love?
In my defense, they were some excellent cookies. But no, idiot, it wasn't the cookies. It was the thoughtfulness. I was sick, my nose was all swollen, croaking voice. I was a mess. And you just showed up, without me asking. I'd only known you for barely 3 weeks. You took care of me. You baked me some cookies. You stayed and chatted all night, even though it was pretty clear nothing would happen. And you kept on making me laugh, even though it hurt every time I laughed. I hated you.
What was it? Did you fall in love, or did you hate me?
Well, they're not mutually exclusive. Kinda like salty sweet.
Here, give me a taste.
What about one-handed? Can you do a one-handed push-up?
One-handed push-ups are full of blood. They're for show-offs.
Okay, but can you do it?
Never tried.
As if. You just can't do it.
I'm sure I could.
Go ahead then. Do it.
No, I told you, it's full of blood. I don't want to pop my shoulder or throw up my back.
Your loss. I mean, I used to find the two-handed push-ups impressive, but I'm starting to get used to them. You'll have to freshen up.
Do you want to see something new?
Yes?
Are you ready?
Yes?
Ready? Back push-ups.
Whoa! So strong. How could I possibly resist?
No one's asking you to resist.
That is true.
You know, this planet in bits is pretty weird.
Are you just realizing this now?
No, but, I mean, having self-standing bits gravitating around a larger core would make sense. It could be a sign of a young planet still in formation. But why would the apiary try to colonize such a jumble? From a logistical standpoint, it makes no sense.
That's true. They must have had a very good reason.
Unless
What?
Source wasn't in this condition when they arrived.
What? What do you mean? Did the apiary cause this to happen?
I didn't say that, but it's a possibility. If we keep on exploring, we should know more.
Is there any way I can help?
Nope, I'm almost done.
Okay, but after that, for it to grow, won't we need to water them or anything?
Not these ones. The soil looks sufficiently flow-rich for their needs. After all, they were already thriving when we got here.
Does that mean we'll have nothing left to do before we have some fat homemade fruits?
Yes, we wait.
I've never been very good at that. Can you wait in my place? I'm giving you my share of weight.
Okay, I'll let you know when I'm done.
Whoa. I was wondering if we'd ever find one.
What is it?
A drone charging station. For those that aren't built to harvest their own flow. Just like our old Dracker buddy. That would explain why its location was still in its memory.
You mean to tell me that this is some sort of flow pump?
No. I mean, that's exactly what it is.
That's awesome! Do you think it still works?
Let's see.
What's the matter?
It says system malfunction, error log sent.
Sent as in...
I don't know, Kay. Sent. Did we tattle on ourselves just now? If the apiary is receiving a message coming from Source, they're gonna know it's us.
Hold on. Can this thing really beam a signal all the way to the apiary? We're millions of lumsec away from the closest planet.
Yeah, that's true. I'm probably overreacting.
Until we figure it out, we probably shouldn't stay near this thing.
Oh, look. That's how we got here.
Are you sure we didn't come this way?
Yeah. Maybe. What about the nest? Do you know which way that is?
I think somewhere in that direction, but I can't really tell with this mist.
At least from here, we can see the whole flow bridge.
Yeah, hard to tell when you're inside of it, but that thing is massive. And from here, you'd never know this is just millions of flow threads woven together.
Just millions of flow threads?
You know what I'm saying.
I'm wondering what the universe would look like without the flow arcs.
For one thing, we wouldn't be here to talk about it.
How do you mean?
The flow bridges are linking together 2 points in space, correct?
Carry on.
Anytime matter goes in the vicinity of these bridges, it's transported from one end to the other. Matter gathers at either end of the bridge, and that's what ends up creating these planets. Without flow bridges, no planets. Without planets, no life would happen. Without life happening, no us.
Where does the flow come from, though? I thought it was supposed to be generated inside planetary cores.
Yes. The pressure that's being exerted by matter allows flow to stabilize in the shape of threads.
So? Don't you see the issue? If the flow bridges allow for the creation of planets, and the planets allow for the creation of flow bridges, which one came first? The flow bridges or the planets?
I guess a planet had to be there before... Unless the flow could... No. Then maybe the stars would...
Or maybe science cannot explain everything. And there are mysteries which are just bigger than you.
Okay, I give up. K0, Universe 1. Catula spirata, a bulbous plant from the Suppilaceous family. This flower has an incredible feature. It can flap its petals to send olfactory signals upwards and attract pollinators in the sky.
I wasn't asking. But you can tell me what that is.
That's a biggin'. A little large for a pollinator. But she doesn't look very aggressive.
Why is she flying in place like this?
She may be attracted by our smell. Or by something that's in our pocket. Do you want an apple dew? Oh, okay. Nope, no apple dew.
Some rust?
What are you doing? Why would she want some rust? This? Ah, she likes this.
What was that?
Leftover roasted apple dews.
She didn't want apple dews, but roasted apple dews are good?
Such is the power of cooking.
Anyway, she doesn't seem to have any issue traveling from one islet to the other.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Yes, and that's a very bad idea.
We must not be thinking about the same thing. Because I'm thinking about a rather excellent idea.
I'm pretty sure that you're thinking what I'm thinking that you're thinking.
Oh yeah? Go on then. What am I thinking?
You're thinking about climbing up on top of her so we could ride her to other islets.
Oh. Yes. Can you explain to me why this is a bad idea?
Ever heard of the law of attraction? Gravitational pull? Broken bones?
Come on, you. I thought you loved flying.
Yes, with seats and safety belts. Oh yeah, and cockpits too. Plus, how do you expect to climb on top of her? She'll never cooperate.
We just fed her. We're buddies now.
Kay, you're out of your mind.
If I manage to get on top of her, you'll follow?
And if you don't manage?
I will rub your feet every day for a week.
2 weeks.
10 days.
Sold. Do your worst.
Ready to get on board?
Do I have a choice?
A bet is a bet.
I hate you, Kay.
No, you're gonna love it. You'll see.
Why isn't she moving?
Maybe she's waiting for directions. Let me try. That worked. She understood. Thank you. I'm afraid that's gonna be a bit tough for us to say.
Burble? Can we call you Burble?
All right. Burble it is.
Hey, Burble. Are you sticking around? We might want to go back to where we came from.
You know, this planet in bits is pretty weird.
Are you just realizing this now?
No, but, I mean, having self-standing bits gravitating around a larger core would make sense. It could be a sign of a young planet still in formation. But why would the apiary try to colonize such a jumble? From a logistical standpoint, it makes no sense.
That's true. They must have had a very good reason.
Unless
What?
Source wasn't in this condition when they arrived.
What? What do you mean? Did the apiary cause this to happen?
I didn't say that, but it's a possibility. If we keep on exploring, we should know more.
Did I just see that thing eat up a flow thread?
Sure did. That's probably why these creatures don't seem affected by the rust.
Good for them. But I hope they're sparing some for others. Us, namely. You know what we should have packed?
Marshmallows?
My guitar.
You have a guitar?
Well, yeah.
Where is it?
At my house. On top. Well, I guess these days I can't really call it my house. Or even say it's my guitar.
I didn't know that you played.
To be honest, I wouldn't really say that I play. My mother's had me take courses when I was little. I took them for 2 years and then I got tired. I never touched it again. I even called it an old-timey instrument. But I don't know. Now, with the campfire and everything, I wish I could pull it out.
Oh, I would have played along on the harmonica.
Because you play the harmonica?
No. But since we're imagining things, let's just run with it.
Yeah, you're right. I can already picture it.
We could have founded a band.
The #1 band on Source.
U&K Trio.
How is it a trio?
Give people something to talk about.
Very good. I was thinking more along the lines of the Flow Phantasm.
Very poetic.
Isn't it?
Why not bite the rust?
Not bad. Dual flow.
Shattered.
10,000 pieces.
A mare.
Apple dew stew.
Oh yeah, I definitely like that.
We are so apple juice stew now. We'll bring the house down. Do you see the size of this building?
Yeah, it looks like an assembly shop. There were some like that on Truth. Well, in a little better shape, I guess.
This one doesn't look very nice.
That's unfortunate, because he's right in the middle of the road.
Hey, we're getting good at this.
Definitely.
But enough patting our own backs, we need to check out that workshop.
There.
Huh. Seems like they weren't worried about thieves.
Why do you say that?
The door. It has an auto-open device. You know, like it opens when you get near it.
Doesn't look like it's opening.
Of course. The system probably ran out of flow a long time ago.
If that's all there is, it shouldn't be an issue. Move over.
How did you do that?
I figured out a trick. Remember when I upgraded the gloves with the Dracus mapping chip? Actually, it turned out that I shorted the redundancy in the safety system. Anyway, if I try to flush the flow, it does this. You can try it. I'm sure it'll work on yours too.
Wow.
All right. Why not check inside? Wow. Just look at these machines. This isn't a workshop at all. It's a museum.
Or just a very old workshop.
True. I was hoping we could pilfer some parts to fix up the nest, but that just went right out the window. All these machines are at least 1,000 years old.
I'd say more like 50.
Same thing. None of this will be compatible.
Not sure about the nest, but I should be able to make this extender nozzle work.
For real? How do you know that?
My engineering school was a bit slow to update its tech. I'll admit, I never thought I'd get to use that knowledge.
We'll take the extender nozzle then?
Might as well be useful to someone.
Did this thing really lay its butt right in the middle of a flow bridge?
Come on! Psst! Get! Move your butt elsewhere! All right, move along! Can't you see you're in the way? Ugh. All right, I'm gonna bloot him up.
Move over. I'll take care of it. We're gonna lift it gently and... Oops. This thing is so heavy. I'm not joking. This species must have developed a hypermass or something.
Oh, for sure. How else could it defeat your hyper guns?
Oh, please ease off the snide comments and help me out. 1, 2, 3. Are you pushing?
Of course I'm pushing! Ugh.
Okay. I don't think this is gonna work. Looks like this guy likes flow so much that he can't take his butt off the spring.
So selfish. Do you think it would enjoy a flow burst?
Doesn't hurt to try. There we go. Hey, guy. You could have just told us that you needed flow.
Come on, go put your butt elsewhere.
Burble? What happened to her?
That's not Burble.
Huh? How do you know?
She looks nothing like her.
Obviously, right now she's covered with rust.
Even still, you can tell their faces look completely different.
Huh.
Don't you see?
No.
Wow, great eye for detail. Some friend of the animals you are.
Anyway, whether or not that's Burble, we can't leave her hanging like this.
We agree. See? That wasn't Burble.
Yeah.
All right, lady. You can go now. Why is she staying here?
Maybe she wants to take us for a ride. Like, that's her way of saying thank you. We've hit the jackpot.
So, where are you taking us?
Nowhere, it seems.
Maybe she's waiting for our go. Or some kind of instructions?
In that case, to the nest. I don't think she brought us back to the nest.
How is she supposed to know where the nest is located?
True.
Why do you think she brought us here?
Maybe she thought she was helping?
Why would we want to stomp around a Bluton swamp?
SWAT. Special waiting and trudging.
Oh, that's an extractor.
Exonova settled all the way out here?
They've traveled billions of lumsects to come to Source. They're not gonna back down because they saw a sticky swamp.
Aww. A nest. Look at that. Beautiful nature at work. Even covered in rust. The mom is still keeping an eye on her little ones.
I don't think those are her little ones.
Whose little ones do you think they are then?
Judging by their size, I'd say our flying friends.
That's ludicrous. Why would she keep an eye on someone else's eggs? They're not even the same species.
Kay, don't you see the empty shell?
He ate the baby. He ate our friend's baby.
I've been trying to tell you.
Oh, no. That's not gonna happen. Yeah, that's it. Get out of here. Hope I don't see your face ever again.
I'm surprised, Kay. I thought you would start lecturing about the different paths of survival. Chalk it up to the laws of nature. Each one has its place, yada yada yada.
Yes, Everyone has its place, except the baby eaters.
Huh. Well, our friend looks grateful.
I'm sure that's the reason she brought us here.
All right, then I guess she can bring us back now.
I guess we just need to ask.
Are you okay?
You know, I am starting to get tired of being beat up by every critter that comes around.
Should I carry you?
No, that's fine. I can walk on my own. Although if you have some heavy-duty pain meds, I wouldn't turn them down.
We have a bunch of helicobaciniums.
Helicaps.
Sure, helicaps. If we get back to the nest, I'll be able to fix up something to heal you.
I'd like that. All right, give me those medical plants of yours. Time to fire up the synthesizer. With this thing, we'll be right back on our feet.
Are you sure you know how?
I have a synthesizer in my ship. Of course I know how these work.
No, wait, that's not the way.
I know what I'm doing.
Really? Because at this stage, you should...
Look, I've always done it this way, and it's always worked out. You're not gonna tell me how to use my own synthesizer.
All right. All right, as you wish.
Haha, there. What do you say about that?
All right. I didn't know you could also do it that way.
And?
Sorry, I doubted you.
And?
I love you?
Okay, that's not what I was expecting, but it'll do.
That's a whole lot better than Kinovision, isn't it?
You're right, but I still find it a little uneventful.
That's harsh. When the sun just disappeared beyond the horizon, that was quite a twist. Do you think the sun will rise tomorrow? Or is the world going to descend in darkness? A real cliffhanger.
Pass me the bottle instead of talking blute.
I think it's empty.
Ugh, blute. I still can't believe we made it.
Well, it wasn't a big bottle or anything.
I meant we made it here, on Source.
Yeah, the odds weren't in our favor.
You mean you would have bet against yourself?
Considering the general condition of the ship, the meshing of the patrols, and the distance we had to go, definitely.
So why did you agree to follow me here?
Because you asked me to. What? Did I say something wrong?
No. Is your chair comfortable?
Why?
Mine is a bit big, just for myself.
Come sit.
Do you regret it,
What?
following me?
Why would I regret that? Just look at this sky. Look at us. What is there to regret?
I don't know. The people? Don't you miss that? Seeing people?
Honestly? No. I did have friends and colleagues. When we left the apiary, at first, I thought I would miss them. I thought that after a while, I would feel a void. I need to see them again. But that hasn't happened yet. Actually, I consider myself pretty lucky to have you. Asking for more would seem egotistical or ungrateful. Anyway, I don't think I should be telling you these things, or else you'll end up realizing that I don't deserve you.
Do you really think that?
I don't know. A little bit?
I find that comforting. Because I'm thinking that too, all the time.
That I don't deserve you?
No, idiot. That I don't deserve you.
Would you look at us, not deserving one another.
You know what? I think the world doesn't deserve us.
Where are we right now?
Thereabout. That's the best I can guess without Astrolock.
Do you really think that reactivating it could be dangerous?
Let's just say, I'd prefer not to risk it.
Obviously, with 4 people per bunk, there wasn't much privacy.
But to be honest, I wasn't miserable. Everyone was nice to me. I had friends, and if I needed to be alone, I could always go hide in the backyard. Huh. I guess needing to be alone is kind of an alien concept to you. You?
Oh, sorry, I wasn't listening. You have this huge zit on your back that is killing me.
You just asked me what growing up in the foster home was like.
I know, but it is so big.
I'm talking about my childhood here, and you are locked in on a zit?
But at this point, it's not a zit. It's like a mega zit.
Where is it?
No, never mind, you can't feel it. It's right in the middle.
Anyway, it's gonna disappear on its own.
What? You're not gonna pop it?
You cannot pop a zit. Best case scenario, it will get more inflamed. Worst case, it could get infected or leave a scar. Have you never had acne?
No. Hold on. Did you have acne?
Well, yeah, big time.
But your skin is so soft.
That's precisely because I left my zits alone.
So you were walking around all day with a bunch of whiteheads on your face?
Those weren't my easiest years.
You know I'm gonna have to see a photo.
Do you really think that I allowed any documentary evidence of that era to survive?
Is that right? Even the foster home's archives?
They burned down in an accident, and any witnesses who might have frequented me at the time have mysteriously disappeared. Speaking of which, you know my secret now. Sorry, you, but you have left me no choice.
No tickling!
All right, this works.
Awesome. Could you build a gyro stabilizer for the nest?
I can only make kind of simple things, like flow capsules. Hold on, let me show you. Just take a bit of rust, and here it is, a brand new capsule. Just need to activate it during combat in order to use it.
Oh, so no gyro stabilizer then?
Sorry.
No need to be sorry. No worries. This is good. I mean, this is great. Really great. If you could just explain to me what the flow capsules do when you get a chance. 'Cause I missed that part. How big do you think this planet is?
I couldn't tell you for sure. I would say that it's smaller than Truth or Charm.
Like, could we maybe go all the way around it?
Dunno. We would need to measure its circumference. Maybe with a gnomon.
A what?
A gnomon? A stick, basically.
Okay, then just say stick. And how would you measure the circumference with a stick?
No idea. I know that we could do it, but it's actually a pretty tedious process. I guess we'd be better off exploring Source by ourselves.
Game on. What are you doing outside this late?
A cutting of Catula spirata. That way, we won't have to walk to reach remote islets.
When did we ever walk to go somewhere?
Manner of speaking. You can nitpick, or you can help me out.
What do I need to do?
Give it a little love.
So? Oh, it actually worked.
Like I told you, love can do miracles. That and cutting enhancing hormones. Now we just need to see if it works.
Burble.
I knew she could never resist my cooking. All right, shall we go for a ride?
Only if Burble agrees.
I think that Burble will agree to anything if we save a plate for her.
Individual U, individual K. Please follow us. Do not try to resist.
Or else? Oh! It's like that!
What the bloot? How did you know that we were here? Are you out of your mind?
Come on, let's bounce.
Attempted escape notified. Self-defense mode activated.
Self-defense? Seriously? Are you sure you know what you're doing?
Of course. Don't worry. We fried their circuits. They're not gonna come back online on their own. Okay. This is definitely the apiary's signature. And they seem to be receiving orders from somewhere nearby.
What? That would mean that there's someone else on Source.
No. I think there's some kind of relay antenna. I would assume that the orders are coming from top. But there's one thing I still don't understand. How could they know that we were here?
You think it could have been because of the charging station?
Plute! That had to be it. Oh, I feel like such a boron.
Hey, we had no idea that they would send out Hornet drones to get us.
Oh. So it won't get easier, will it?
Unlikely. We're gonna need some help.
From who? There's no one else on this planet, Kay.
You said that the Hornets are receiving orders from the apiary by way of an antenna nearby. Perhaps we could use it to get in touch with the apiary. If there is a relay antenna, there must be a communications post, a vid chat, or something of the sort.
And who would you call? No, not her.
Do you know of anyone else who might have an inside track on the Council's decisions and who we can trust?
Trust? Didn't you see all the Exanova logos everywhere? That's her company. She's clearly knee-deep in this business.
Precisely. Which makes her one of the best informed people to explain to us what is happening. Look, hopefully, she can convey our side to the Council. Convince them to call off the Hornets.
Okay. I'll add the coordinates to the radar. But just so you know, I do not condone this idea.
Are you sleeping?
Of course not.
Hornets?
Yeah. Can you imagine if some more of them came out while we were sleeping? They could just pick us right up.
I thought about that. I thought we could take shifts. One sleeps while the other is standing guard.
No. I didn't come here with you so I could sleep alone. I think I'd rather have insomnia with you than sleep without you.
Sweet insomnia, then.
Sweet insomnia. I still don't understand why the apiary sent in those hornets.
Irena would know. Now let's just hope that there is in fact a way to reach her on Lonero.
We've never seen that one before.
Maybe he showed up at nighttime.
Well, I wish he'd disappear during daytime. You saw that too, didn't you? Was I just dreaming?
Yeah. It's like the critter vanished with the rust.
And we agreed that's not a normal thing, right?
Wouldn't that mean that it was made entirely of rust?
I don't like this.
In the future, I think we should avoid these guys as much as we can.
No objection from me. All right, let's say there is in fact a station on Lonero. What would you say to my mom?
Well, first off, I would ask for explanations about Source, but also about this whole Hornets business. I'm sure the Council has more important things to do than worry about two boring escapees. Can you imagine the cost of such an operation? Just for us? It must be a misunderstanding. Considering her ties to the Council, she could probably clear it up.
What if there is no misunderstanding?
Then we're in deep bloot.
There's an uprising in the apiary. The factories on Down are at a standstill. Beauty is complete havoc. The revolutionary forces have stood heavy losses, but everything could still change. The remaining able-bodied survivors have taken up arms and gather on top to launch the last offensive. Your many years working in a revolutionary cell have turned you into a natural leader. The crowd behind you is awaiting instructions.
I march on the council.
Some of the revolutionaries in your group have taken issue with your decision. They wanted to put an end to the Matchmaker's dictatorship, but they cannot imagine a society without the council.
Borons!
They're wanting to split up. They head for the Matchmaker.
I forbid them. We need to present a united front if we intend to achieve anything.
They hesitate for a moment, but they don't want to risk an internal conflict. So they choose to follow you, but cautiously. The revolutionary mass is very menacing, but internal tensions are still palpable. You finally arrive in front of the council's palace. But as you start ramming into the doors, they open on their own, unleashing an army of Hornet drones who are hiding inside.
Blute!
The Hornets charge. They neutralize your first line within a few seconds. Some of them are moving swiftly towards your flanks. They're trying to surround you.
We press on! Press on!
You shout your order, but your voice is drowned out by other shouts. Other self-proclaimed leaders seem to want to take the lead. Integrating the seceded group seems to have heightened the divisions. No one is paying attention to you any longer, nor are they paying attention to anyone else. The Hornets take advantage of the chaos to zoom through your ranks, neutralizing anyone within reach. You feel the end coming. The revolution has been stifled. Suddenly, right under your feet, a trapdoor opens. You see Kay signaling for you to come down.
Hey, pretty boy.
No time to chat. You go down the ladder. The underground tunnels lead you to a secret spatial port where the nest is awaiting you, ready to take off in case things take a turn. And take a turn they do. Kay takes your hand to lead you in.
I kiss him.
After being routed by the Hornets, the touch of his lips feels very comforting. Kay lays his hands below your hips and brings you toward him.
I take his t-shirt off.
He allows you, then helps take yours off. Your breasts are pressed against his burning chest. Kay puts his hand behind your neck, and a shiver goes through your body. You can no longer hear the commotion outside. Your spirit is captured by the taste of his saliva, the smell of his sweat.
I unbutton his pants.
At first, held tight by his erection, the button doesn't give in until it whispers away. And then you slip your hand into Kay's underwear.
Okay, stop. Stop talking. Show me. Who is using up all the hot water?
What?
Could you stop using the hot water, please?
Oh yeah, sorry. Lights off?
Yeah. Maybe the Hornets will have a harder time finding us in the dark.
That's not funny.
I wasn't trying to be funny. I'm sorry to be a downer, but I can't stop thinking about what they would do if they caught us.
The Hornets?
No. The Hornets will just neutralize us. I meant the apiary.
They'll split us apart. Match us with our respective mates.
And how will they achieve that? By force? Have you ever seen anyone fight back during their matching ceremony? We can't be the only ones who've refused our mates, can we?
What do you mean?
Have you ever heard about recalibrating?
Oh no, not this old wives' tale about brainwashing.
I never said it was brainwashing, just erasing selected bits of memory.
Do you really believe in that stuff?
Why not? It's technically possible. I mean, it is conceivable, isn't it? Don't they erase some memories in trauma therapy? Why wouldn't the council apply that to other uses?
Such as?
Well, for instance, they could erase the memories we have of each other. That way, we'd be a lot more amenable to the matchmaking process.
In trauma therapy, they erase very specific, very short memories of events. I don't think you could erase all of the memories of one person that way. That would erase entire years in a person's life.
And do you think we're technically unable to, or morally unwilling to?
I was trying to get some sleep, you.
Well, too bad. There's no reason I should be the only sleepless one.